Right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fight Night. How we doing tonight? How we sounding? This is a sound check. Can you let us know how
Yes.
we sound?
Yes, please. Make sure we don't have any echoing or anything like that going on.
Yes, we are starting early to make sure that we don't have any issues at first. How about Dawn? Dawn, say something.
Something.
Perfect. That's what we look for. Well, we're going to start off tonight with a giveaway of a Hype Horizon T-shirt. Before we even get started, you get your a reward for starting with us early. So go ahead and give away. Ooh, I sound real nice today, Dawn. Fantastic.
Yay.
I've been working out. You should be able to join by typing um, exclamation point ticket one. Oh no, window chimes.
Oh, sorry, that was on.
No, so type. There we go. Ticket one. There we go. Welcome, Swarm Tides. FYI, we will probably not be talking with chat much during the event, but for right now, we're just kind of getting set up, and you know, this isn't our only giveaway. We have another hype T-shirt after this. We have two uh, HS Replay Premium subscriptions for a month each, and the piece du jour is another coaching with Ron Mexico. And Ron Mexico, last time he coached somebody, they became a top 100 legend. Just saying. Your results may vary, but they might not. Yes, Mr. Chicken Head Chase, that is kind of half the point of having these. This is true. Doc is definitely team JustAGuy. Now, just so people know, this was recorded a little earlier, so they are not playing live. But Dawn and I have not watched the results, and we will be calling these blindly. Um, I don't know the achievements of Bandit Keith before he had his coaching with Ron, but I do know that once he's had his coaching, he was top 100. Don't question the data. We um we use the data in ways that make sense for us.
That's right.
Everybody is eligible for that ticket for that giveaway, so please go ahead and uh, exclamation point ticket if you would like to get a Hype Horizon T-shirt. We have two of them to give away, and they're nice, high quality. They're brand new merch. We're very excited about those. Thank you to my mods. I'm going to shout out right now so I don't forget later. Pilot and Mad at Arms. We appreciate it. Always helpful. Although most of the people that come to my event seem to be very much on the up and up. I don't know how that JustAGuy guy got in, but sure. Evening Owl. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
All right.
We're just finishing up, getting set up, and then we'll be good.
Yeah. Everyone should see our faces now. Hello.
Hello. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to Fight Night. This is our We've had several, but this is our second official Fight Night. We're
Yeah.
already working on the third. You guys are going to like that one. We can announce that one. But for now, we have a matchup that I'm very excited for. What about yourself, Dawn?
Yeah, I am really excited for this. This is going to be a really fun one. It's pretty unique.
Yeah, so we have JustAGuy who is the father of two Hearthstone devs. That's his qualifications to be here. And then we have JustAGuy, who I'm sorry. Then we have blisterGuy, who is a fellow podcaster, probably one of the original podcasters of Hearthstone. He's done over 1,000 episodes of Walk to Work. He does lots for the Hearthstone community, and we're very excited to have him. One of those competitors is a constant 11-star in multiple formats. One of them plays Hearthstone. So I'm very much looking forward to this. So,
Yeah.
Don, do you want to go over the format, or would you like me to go over the format?
Yeah, go. I think they communicated with you more so about it. We saw them chatting about it and kind of talking about this, but I would love if you could talk about this format and kind of how this came about.
Okay, so we were trying to figure out something that would be unique. This fight night that we're doing, we want to be entertaining. We don't want it to be just the same old thing every time. Last time we had Wicked Good and Sidisi, which was a lot of fun, and they had a matchup where it was Hunter versus Priest. And unfortunately for the Priest at the time, the Hunter won. Would have been nice if they had the undead shadow priest. That might have been a different thing when we got to there, but such it is what it is. This time around, we were trying to figure out what would be interesting for these two competitors and what they came up with. And I'm going to credit them. blisterGuy and JustAGuy came up with this concept. Is they decided, what if we had community members build these decks, and they will draft. We're going to watch them draft these decks, and we'll talk about the decks afterwards. But we had decks created by Ben Heastone, fantastic Hearthstone community member. Ridiculous Hat, also another pillar of the community. We had members from Squelch and Blizzlet make the decks. We had Funky Monkey add his hat to the mix. And we also had Cora and Sage make a deck. Excuse me, JustAGuy's own father, own children made a deck, and we don't know if this deck will benefit him or behoove him, but I'm sure they know his strengths and weaknesses, and we're looking forward to see what they do there. Outside of that, once they draft the deck, we are doing a best of 5 conquest match, and hopefully we get to see each deck that they've played. They don't have to stay with the deck until they win it. So if they lose the deck, they can move on to the next deck. But you have to win with all 3 in order to advance. Yes, you can enter the raffle. It's perfectly fine.
Yes, and since there were 6 decks, so each of them are getting 3. They did the blind draft. They didn't know what decks were. Just again, this was recorded previously. Where they are not playing live. Just so everybody knows. So if you see them in chat, just say hi and that we're having fun. But they completely blind picked these. They didn't know what the community members had submitted for decks. They didn't even know which classes people had submitted. Like who submitted which class. So completely blind draft. And yeah, again, huge thank you to the people that sent in these decks as well. Very interesting. We'll show them as they do the draft. But I did want to also just mention that since they each got the 3 and it was just first to get 3 wins, there was also no ban. Right, so they didn't ban any deck or anything. So it wasn't like they built a lineup and then chose a ban. We wanted to try to hopefully showcase all of the decks that these people from the community sent in.
Absolutely right. We're very excited that everyone was able to participate and help us achieve something that should be a lot of fun. We're going to close this raffle in about a minute. So if you have not entered yet, just explanation ticket 1, I believe, and you will get a entry into the ticket. It's a chance to win a Hyper Horizon t-shirt. We have more giveaways coming. If you won a shirt, let other people win the shirts, but you're more than eligible to enter the other giveaways we are going to have for the rest of the night. So let's just give it just about another maybe 30 seconds, Dawn, and then we'll do that giveaway, and then we will take a look at the drafting of the decks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we decided, Tito, that while they're doing the draft, there was a lot of banter. I mean, they spoke the whole time during the draft and during the games. Throughout the games as well, we will have a little bit of time where we kind of will get to listen in on them bantering back and forth and talking in each game. Just a heads up that the way that this was, there will not be game sound, unfortunately, in between, like for most of the game. There will be game sound with their audio, so those segments of time you'll hear game sound as well. But if anyone is trying to get game sound, we won't have that available this time around. And yeah, we will. Tito and I think we'll just kind of sit back and be quiet while the draft part happens. so that all of you can really hear them bantering and picking the decks, because that's such a unique thing about this match. So we really want to highlight that. We will we'll be quiet on our end so that everybody can hear that drafting part and get to enjoy that.
Right. And one final note, we did have a little difficulty having it so the audio from the video would get from my ears into from my ears live. So I'm going to have to listen to that at the same time that you guys are going to listen to that, which is a few seconds delayed. So I'm not going to have instant laughter and gratification to the blisterGuy and JustAGuy banter, where they probably are, as usual, are extremely funny, and don't think that I'm no selling their jokes, because that is not the case at all. All right, so let's go ahead and close this giveaway. You have about 10 seconds to enter ticket, and then we will see who wins this shirt, and we'll let's see what we got. All right, we're going to draw a winner now. And that winner is Matt at Arms. Oh, well, sorry, you just failed to enter. Don't worry, we're giving away another shirt and some other things there. So this is the end of our first giveaway. We have several more in store for you tonight. Congratulations, Matt at Arms. Just make sure you get a hold of me a little bit later, and we'll get you the form to get that shirt in. All right, so Dawn, I think without further ado, why don't we get into the let's get into the draft.
All right, let's do it.
All right, should we draft? Are we ready?
We should. How about we do this, just so everything is fair and on the up and up. Evens or odds, throw out one or two fingers. You call even or odd, whatever you get. Either you're right and you go first, or you're wrong and I go first.
I don't mind. You want me to call?
Sure, you call. So 1, 2, 3, shoot. You pick evens or odds.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I call the 1, 2, 3.
Go right ahead.
1, 2, 3, even. Hey.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so then you get first pick.
Okay. I mean, I've been pondering this, but I think, the safe pick.
Safe pick. I do
There's lots
think
of
there is
safe
a
picks, right?
safe pick. I think there is a safe pick.
I think there is a safe pick, and it's Ben Heathstone. So I'm going to go with Ben Heathstone because I've met him and I love him.
I don't think that Ben, that is one of a couple I think is probably safe. I think Ben would not put forward a bad deck.
No, and I'm definitely picking Ben. All right, so where will I receive this deck code? In the Discord, I think? Or, there it is. Oh, of course, right. It's got to be private. Yes, I like that. Okay, copy, paste. Yes, I would like to copy this from the clipboard. Let's see what we got here. Familiar with this class. I'm seeing a lot of cards I don't recognize. Oh, no. Wow.
I'm familiar with this class. I like that. Ben didn't send you something from an entirely new class he invented?
Oh, my God.
Hasn't turned up all of a sudden? Uh-oh.
Like,
really?
Yeah.
He took some time.
I don't want to say anything more about this, but this is amazing. I'm just going to name the deck Ben Heathstone.
He took some time for that's actually probably a good way to do it so that when we play him, people can see.
Oh my God, there are some cards in this deck. What have you done, Ben?
Oh, this would be so much
goodness.
more fun if I could see what you were looking at.
You will soon see.
Okay, I like the reaction at least.
Oh my goodness me! All right,
I'm going to take my first pick.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm
see something.
I don't know if I'm favored with this.
To take the off-meta deck gods creation, I'm going to take Funky Monkeys. I'm excited to see what he puts out.
Yeah, that was my other first safe pick. Like, because he does cool decks.
I have net decked a lot of stuff when you get sort of bored playing the same ones that everyone's playing. He does such a good job.
Yeah, he does.
Woohoo! Deck code shows right up. Dawn is on top of this.
Yeah, she's good.
Tito would be outside right now with his dog.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Or vaping while recording a podcast.
Okay.
I'm going to look at my deck again. I'm like, what has he given me?
Okay. Right. I didn't think you could play 3 copies of a card. Holy cow.
Yeah, good one.
Wow. Apparently, if you hack the deck code, you can do anything you want to with it. Okay. Good.
I'm really curious as to what the theme was that Ben's gone with. I'm like, is he had a
That's why I
theme?
wondered about getting like a little summary or something, but I'm sure they can tag
No. This is more fun.
afterwards. Yeah.
This is more like playing like fun tavern brawl stuff. So, was it good? Do you like it?
I'm good with this. This is not a, as
Don, can we get
simple
the
as I'm going to be
warlock
with trying
back
to
up?
take a quick look at this and figure out what I'm supposed to do with it. This is a pretty
All right.
straightforward deck. I'm good with this.
Next up, I'm picking Ridiculous Hat because once I realized that I was picking Ben because I knew him, I'm going to pick the other Ben because I know him. Ridiculous Hat and me, we go way back. He wouldn't let me down.
Yeah,
I guess I'm about to find out.
At this point, I think we're both terrified of a few different people's decks. That's the reality here. I think
looking at the string, like I'm immediately okay. I think I know what's happening here.
Yeah, I think that,
Like-
that Squelch and Blizzlet have no aspirations to become top tier deck creators. So those could be all over the place. I like the look.
There's a non-golden card in this list. I need to sort this out. Like, without giving it away, there is a marked difference in the length of the strings that I've received. Now that's a diamond. I mean, a signature card. Let's change that to a golden card. And now I need to upgrade this one. What's that? Oh, 2 epics. Oh, well, these are the things you have to do.
You have standards.
I got to upgrade to golden.
I was happy to just borrow a deck borrow an account that has all the cards, so I didn't have to somehow buy a bunch of dust to be able to put these together.
This is a deck. Thanks to Ridiculous Hat. This is a. Oh wow! Oh, that's cool. All right, yeah, I'm happy with this. This looks like fun.
There's like a first reaction, then a second, and a third reaction. I'm still okay with the one I've got. Okay, so now we've got Hat Ben.
We got the 2 Sheldon podcasts
we've got
and your
remaining.
kids.
We've got my kids, Blizzlet and Squelch.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh goodness me. I'll tell you what. In order to do you a favor and spare you from the possibility of what this could turn out to be, I will take the deck created by Team 5. They have to have put something forth that was. I mean, they're not going to. This could be anything. This. Could be,
I was going to try and leave it for you. Is what I was going to do.
I think I have to. Otherwise, honestly, if I don't take it and you do, I'm going to regret it both ways. If it's a horrible deck, I'm going to feel bad for you. If it's a great deck, I'm going to be mad that I didn't take it. So
I wanted to leave it for you because I liked the idea of like putting you in that hot seat. Oh, you've left me my kid's deck. No.
Yeah. I'm going to take theirs right off, and then we can arm wrestle for the other 2.
Well, it's not arm wrestling. I get to pick first.
Well,
the question is, do I trust Squelch or do I trust Blizzlet?
Oh, okay, what is this? Oh my goodness. Okay, wait.
Do you need to upgrade any of the cards to golden?
Oh,
you do know that you can buy
whatever I have. You got to be kidding.
You know you can buy the mini set with gold.
Shut up.
Even the golden version.
Shut it. Freaking Kiwi giving me lip. Stop.
You love
it. Okay. I at least think I recognize most of these cards.
So they haven't done you dirty. They may not do any chores, but at least they gave you a deck you can play.
Don't know. Can you run 4 tiny fins? 1, 2, 3, 4? That doesn't make sense.
You've tried that joke already.
I did. I will repeat the jokes. Once you talk to me long enough, you realize I only have a limited amount of material to work with.
So the interesting thing here is I know you. Are you spoiling that there's going to be a card you can play more than one of at some point? You might be. You like these Easter eggs. I will counsel you now that is not a fun design thing, and it's not fun for people to play decks.
What do my kids know about deck design, card design?
I think they're good at this.
No, they've stolen most of the good ideas from me. 100%.
Look, until we see a card that says Pong, I think we're going to be okay, or Ping.
Ping, Pong. Okay, I've got Team 5. I've got Funky Monkeys. You've got the 2. So let's be honest, the 2
I got 2 bands.
Safe bets there. So now you're
I'm not so sure that they're that safe actually. Now that I've seen them.
Who's going to potentially have memed a deck more? Squelch or Blizzlet?
And it's the Daniel Sheldon universe with sirens going on outside. I'm going to put my trust in Dano, and I'm going to go with Squelch.
Since I was just accused of not listening to either of their podcasts, which they're not always wrong.
I think Squelch, I think Blizzlet will do you well. Oh.
That's probably, besides my kids, that's the one I'd be most worried about. Because Daniel, Storm Rage seemed really, really excited to put a deck together, which...
This is from Dano? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what
I see.
Said.
Well, I don't need to upgrade any cards.
Okay.
Rename to Squelch.
It's a class you're happy with? You like the classes you got?
I mean, look, Dano has talked about this deck before. Now that I think about it, this might be my weekly. What is that card doing in here? Dano, please.
All right. Well, no offense to Blizzlet. I'm not saying that they were the last pick, but in this case, they were the last pick.
I do believe that the expression "save the best to last" is probably apt here.
There you go. I don't want to be flamed on any more podcasts if I can avoid it.
Oh, really?
Well,
don't listen to today's walk to work then.
Stop. Just stop.
Oh, I was muted there. All right. Well, there we go. That was the blind draft for the picks there. I hope you all enjoyed their banter back and forth. It was pretty fantastic.
Yes, and if you like the way we this was run from the beginning, if you want to see more community-driven events like this where people blindly pick their decks from submitted decks, that would be fantastic. Just let us know. All right, so before we start the matches, Dawn and I are going to look at the decks themselves and talk about them a little bit, but we're going to start another giveaway right now. So this will be for the second Hype Horizon t-shirt. So go ahead and enter with a explanation ticket 1 to get a ticket. The only person that is ineligible at this point would be Mad at Arms because he's already won one. But Dawn, why don't we, while that's going, why don't we take a look? I believe the first pick of the draft was Ben Hearthstone. So why don't we take a look at that deck?
Yeah, that was the Druid deck, which very, very interesting here. So we had, it's very interesting, but I love it. It is a Reno Jackson Druid deck. So there is not a duplicate at all in the deck, just single copies of everything. I mean, there's a solid curve, I will say, though. I see anything from 0 all the way up to 7 mana. So
are we able to bring that deck up on screen so we can take a look at it while we talk about it?
I will try to do that here. It's gonna be just a second.
I gotta put her on the spot. Make sure we're on our toes here in the production truck.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Sorry about that. We're
Okay.
getting better each one of these, but we still have our flows to work out a little bit here and there.
Yes, I didn't put these up on our caster screen, so I have to switch scenes here. All right.
While we're working on that, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Just exclamation point ticket.
All right, there is that Druid deck again on screen for everybody. Should be able to see that now.
Perfect. All right, so let's take a look here. We got some click clocker action going on. Some boar. We got one single boar. That's an interesting choice in a Druid deck.
That is right. It does have a single duplicate, the 2 vibrant squirrels. That's right.
That is also interesting. I'm a little. I wonder if that was a mistake or if that was an intentional opportunity to maybe throw them a wrench to think that they have a Reno Jackson that might be active. That's not. He might be trying to keep Stephen Ray on their toes here. Oh,
Oh,
definitely not a mistake. Okay, fair enough. Blister
yeah.
Guy letting us know that that was not a mistake. We get some Mounted Raptor. I'm not even sure what a Mounted Raptor does. It's been a long time since I've seen that card. Thick-Hide Kodo, Park Panther. This deck feels like it's kind of pulling in the entire spirit of Druid from the last 2 years. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
this?
I will say it is at least very nice that the Guff, the Wildheart Guff, is in the deck along with that Death Beetle, because if you're gonna put a duplicate in, and you really, if you're leaning into like a troll type deck, I definitely could have seen no Wildheart Guff, but still playing the Death Beetle that would require 11 mana, which would have been hilarious, but also terribly mean. So kudos there to Ben for at least putting the Guff with that Death Beetle. Yeah, really, really showcasing a lot of different aspects of of Druid. I love it.
Fantastic. I agree. I'm very much looking forward to see this, and we will see this. Luckily, we will see this deck all in golden, so that's very exciting. So why don't we take a look at the next deck pick, which I believe is the Funky Monkey deck.
So there we go. That Warlock deck. It is a Murloc Warlock. Tops out at 5 mana. Unlike the deck we just saw, this one is all duplicates. 2 copies of everything, including that adorable Tiny Fin.
Yeah.
But, honestly, pretty aggressive deck. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this was an excellent pick by JustAGuy here. This probably should have been the first pick in the deck because Funky Monkey has a reputation of, while being off meta, he's also a very good Hearthstone player and makes really good decks. So I think that if anyone was going to err on the side of competitive, it was going to be Funky Monkey. It looks like a very aggressive Murloc deck, but not something we've seen on ladder. So very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah, the Twin Fin Twin, also very interesting when there's not really a lot of like buffing or anything like that. I guess the scouts potentially, but no like advantageous hand buffing to take advantage of that. But still a Murloc that gets 2 bodies out on the board. With the Murloc War Leader or Scout on board, that Lushwater Scout could be beneficial. Seems pretty interesting. But yeah, it does seem like, honestly, this could be at least an entry-level type of competitive deck, right? Somebody who may be newer to the scene or want something that's a little bit cheaper to make. This would be probably a pretty solid deck.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Nothing's Impossible and helping this deck to stay sticky on the board.
Sounds like the dog agrees. No Fins Impossible is amazing.
Yeah, the dog definitely agrees. Why don't we move on to the next deck, which I believe is the sorry, not the Ben Heastone deck. We already saw that one. It is the Ridiculous Hat Pirate Warrior, or some semblance of Pirate Warrior, and let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, the Rogue. Yeah, Pirate Rogue here, topping out at that Pirate Admiral Hook Tusk. And of course has that Mr. Smite. You gotta have the Mr. Smite. You gotta have this. This, I feel like, is a fantastic send-off for a lot of these cards. Honestly, a lot of these cards with at least the Mr. Smite, some of this stuff, Edwin, Defies Kingpin, both of those kind of pivotal key cards are rotating out of Standard coming up here soon. So feels like this could be a really cool send-off. Gonna be very interesting to see. I am a little sad though that there's no pirate ships or anything in here as well. But I like it still.
Well, and I am very excited to see a little bootstrap Sunkeneer, because specifically, I don't think I or anyone in chat could name what that card does without looking at it, because I am not very familiar with it at all. I did play Hat in this Coin Concede listener series last season, and he brought a list that was very similar to this, only it was Reno, and I had a lot more of these. But he can build some fantastic decks. So I'm sure that this one is actually going to be extremely competitive, despite playing a lot of cards that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I really like the mix of the pirates plus the putricide and potion belts for some of those concoctions. So it's not completely, removing that concoction package, but it's not leaning completely into that. But it also utilizes, like, it's a good hybrid of the two. I think it seems really fun. Like, honestly, I kind of just want to take this deck to ladder and try it out myself because it looks hilarious.
I'm just thankful that this was not the deck Blizzard submitted it, because it would be probably a little on the nose with the title here. So why don't we take a look at the next deck? Which who made the next deck? I believe that's Cora and Sage, right?
Yes.
This is the Team 5 submission.
That's right. The Warrior.
And while we're pulling that deck up, don't forget you can enter the contest. Just exclamation point ticket 1. Even members of Team 5 are eligible. So please go ahead and get your tickets in, and let's get some shirts out.
So here it is. Seems like a kind of high curve deck, but the Shield Shatter, you're never going to spend 10 mana on that. And if you are, then that feels absolutely terrible to have to spend a ton of mana on that. I love the one Trench Stalker. I feel like that card is so much fun. But also putting in the Nelly and the Lorthramar Theron, doubling the stats of minions in the deck with the Remora, with the Nelly, with the Trench Stalker seems absolutely awesome if you could pull this off. Those double Flesh Shapers, the Captain Galvangar, like, there's actually a lot in this deck that could really kind of take advantage of that Lorthramar buff. So I would actually really, really love to see that get pulled off, because this looks really cool.
I agree. And I think that this is an excellent deck to submit to this kind of a format, because I think the thought of a deck being extremely hyper aggro in a format like this is probably not very likely. People are going to try to be creative and come up with decks, because we actually asked people to not be too on the nose meta. We wanted to have some fun and build some decks that were tier fun but also competitive. And when you do that, it's probably going to lean towards a bit of a slower format, and that actually will give the opportunity for hopefully Theron to get online. And I definitely would not mind seeing a Trench Stalker that has followed Theron there into clearer boards. So I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah. And shout out to Cora in chat as well, saying Bran plus Lorthramar into the Trench Stalker. Get him. Oh, yes. Okay, I want to do that now. I feel like I need to pull that off before some of these cards leave. I want to do that.
I believe you have the deck codes already, so that'll be easy.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy paste them into my own game, and we're gonna get that going, because that seems amazing.
So now let's go ahead and take a look at the Squelch deck, who I believe was built by Dan O. The O is for 0 because 0 is cool. And just a friendly program reminder that Hearthstone is a game, and games are supposed to be fun. Let's take a look at what Dan O submitted here. This is interesting.
This priest deck, I will say I have been very, very impressed with all of these decks. They all kind of took a different direction, and slightly it feels like every deck at least added like 1 or 2 kind of meme style cards. But this is just great. I mean, this deck, like Humongous Razor Leaf, most people would look at that and say, what, you can't even attack with this. But if you can pull off a silence and get that thing buffed up, that's great, right? But is that going to happen? I don't know.
No, it's very interesting to see what this deck is going to be doing. The Pelagos is an interesting choice given the other cards. I'm very interested to see how this play. I'm hoping Dan play tested this a little bit. Interested to see what happens here. And our final deck is brought to us by Blizzlet. What's up, mother truckers? That's about as close as I can to a Blizzlet intro. But this was, I believe, submitted by Storm Rage. Now, Storm Rage, he's on both Blizzlet and Squelch, but Blizzlet, he submitted the Blizzlet entry here. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This looks like it heavily leans into traps, which can be very interesting, especially if you're not seeing a lot of them in the meta. I've been seeing a little bit more lately on my own climb, but another Theron there, which I believe we want to get some Mountain Bears and King Crushes into. I believe he has Dire Frenzy. Dire Frenzy's there, and then we have the Faithful Companion to pull these decks out. This is a very ambitious plan here, but if it can be pulled off, it can be quite successful against whatever blisterGuy might be able to throw against it.
Oh, absolutely. There's definitely some huge top end game closing potential for this deck. The immediate thing that stands out to me when looking at this deck, though, is it does seem like it might struggle to kind of stay alive because the explosive traps, the freezing traps, all of those secrets might just not be enough to kind of keep the hunter in the game to get to that late game stuff. But another, you mentioned earlier, one of our previous fight nights, the very first one we showcased was Sidisi versus Wicked Good with that Hunter and Priest showdown. Shout out to Sidisi. I did actually try a deck kind of like this that had the Lorthramar, the King Crushes, that, the Dire Frenzies, and the Faithful Companions. And I was able to have a 22-22 King Crush in the deck that on turn 10, I played that Faithful Companions and had 44 worth of stats hitting my opponent in the face for a lethal. And let me tell you, that was an amazing feeling. I would love to see something like that get pulled off with this. It's possible, but I think this version with all that secret package in there might just need a little bit more to stay alive, especially considering, some of these other decks that we looked at, right? Like the Warlock, the Rogue deck, the Priest deck, all are kind of aggressive, and that's where this might struggle a little bit.
I can agree with all of that. And one thing I do know is that we are now 2 for 2 in featuring the Hope of Keltalos on our fight nights, and that's probably more than you've seen it on Ladder.
Yeah. There you go. We hope to see it. But those are the decks. And again, huge shout out and thank you to the community members. Go thank them, give them kudos for the decks or give them grief, whichever way you want to do this, right? That's fine too. But I am so ready to see these decks in action.
Okay, but before we do that, we have about 30 seconds before we close our giveaway. So if you have not entered yet, give us you can buy a ticket with exclamation ticket 1, and we will close this in about 20 seconds now. So go ahead and get in if you have not already. This is for a Hype Horizon t-shirt. We also have 2 other HS Replay Premium giveaways to do tonight. You are still eligible to enter those, even if you win a t-shirt. And we will also be giving away an Amber Flight Gaming coaching with Ron Mexico. And I am definitely not going to mispronounce his name tonight. Nope, not one bit. We're not gonna mess that one up tonight. I promise.
Perfect.
I don't always keep my promises, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we are closing this giveaway in 10 seconds. 9, 8. All right, the giveaway is closed. That almost guarantees that 2 more people will enter now. Let's go ahead and draw our winner. And our winner is Owlicious. Owl. Make sure you send me a DM, and I will get with you, and we will fill out the form and get you a Hype Horizon t-shirt. I'm very excited. Owl, fantastic. I believe she's going to be starting to stream again soon. I've never seen her stream, but she is a mod in several prominent communities, and just a fantastic overall individual.
Yay,
right, so
congratulations.
With that, I think we're about ready to look at our first match. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Just a reminder for everyone as well as we get into the first game. because of the way that this ended up being recorded and edited, we do have some segments during like each game where you will be able to hear the players kind of bantering. You'll see them talking and stuff throughout all of the games. They were on a voice call, like going back and forth the whole time. We have a couple of segments for each game, or one for each game, that we'll listen in on. But in between those segments, unfortunately, there's not going to be any game audio. So just a heads up to let everybody know that there won't be any game audio. So you won't hear that except for those little segments where you will also hear the players and their banter.
And just to follow up, I have to also listen on stream as well, so I will be a few seconds behind. We'll figure out that audio kink for next time we do an event like this.
Yes. All right. I'm just getting to the point where they should be jumping into the game.
And I just had to let my dog out to the bathroom, so that'll just be a second to let her back in. But
all right, here we go.
All right, we'll see what decks they picked first. Somebody doesn't like to accept their friend requests.
And apologies. This was their practice match to get into casting here. All right. There's the game. Here we go. All right, Ray queuing up the priest first. That's Squelchcast priest deck, and JustAGuy queuing up the warlock from Funky Monkey. This Murloc warlock.
Yeah, there's no surprise here from JustAGuy picking the warlock off the bat. I'm a little surprised that that blisterGuy picked the Squelch deck first, but I guess he figured maybe that was the one he needs to get out of the way early. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, could be pretty interesting. The Chum Bucket is kind of an interesting card here. There will be some Murlocs, but I really actually like this mulligan here from JustAGuy. Just keeping that Murloc Tidehunter, kind of getting rid of everything else, just going for bodies. Because as an aggressive deck, right, that's what you want to aim for. You want to actually get those bodies, the buffs, and giving your Murlocs on board Death Rattle doesn't really do anything if you don't actually have the Murlocs to play.
Yeah, blisterGuy not able to play anything on turn one, just passing. Murloc Tidecaller is definitely a good tempo play on the first turn for I have to remember now which one's which. JustAGuy. Might have also played coined out a Tidecaller, but I think he wants to save his coin for a more aggressive play later.
Yeah, and there blisterGuy picking up that Whispers. Really good discover, and choosing that against an aggressive deck. When you see that Murloc come down on turn one, and be able to play something like that Humongous Razor Leaf that's in hand, silence it, deal a bunch of damage to the opponent's board. Although the immediate pickup of the 5/5 seems even better. What a good clear.
Yes, this is reminiscent of the this card Whispers has seen a lot of play in the Undead priest package, and it was not the card that JustAGuy wanted to see right off the bat. So he now has to figure what he know he's going to pretty much lose whatever he puts there on the board, because blisterGuy will likely try to maintain tempo and keep JustAGuy's board clear. So he needs to try to go wide and then buff from there.
Yeah, and look at that, saving that coin that you mentioned earlier. Here it is, that Lushwater Scout getting value, able to just clear up that 5/5 and still leave the Lushwater Scout, up still on the side for JustAGuy. Pretty well played there. Now Ray putting an even larger minion on the board.
Now, it's important to note here that it's not like you're going into these matchups knowing what the meta is. They don't even know what the deck they're playing against has. So they are playing these blind matchups. So it's not like they understand that he's going to be playing the cards that they're seeing. They have to just play with their hand and whatever knowledge they have of the person that built the deck. So this is not as simple as just knowing that, they got to have a bless in hand. You don't know that.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. So definitely, trying to pick up on some of the context clues, like seeing a lot of Murlocs, you can probably figure, okay, this is a Murloc deck. It's probably going to just have a lot of Murlocs, not really a lot of board clears. And here we go. There's some audio we are going to be listening in here.
Oh my
He's
god!
scared of the shellfish.
Oh, I'm terrified of the shell. That thing, I have an allergy. That thing's going to cause me. Oh,
Just the guy opting for another clear of a minion
Cards are
here.
good, I understand.
He gains a couple cards.
Not too many.
He's going
Wait,
right
wait.
for the
Murloc
Murloc that costs health.
The right
What am I
amount
gonna
of
do this
cards is
turn?
good in this.
Let's play
when
some
played,
frightening things like
and
this
pick up
humongous
some
razor
cards.
leaf
That's an
and a
interesting
second
choice, but,
incorporeal corporeal.
I guess that's the strength. You want to get as many cards. You want to
Trade
get
with
as
these
many
minions
Murloc
that are
on the board as
useless, I
possible.
Just a big silence minion deck.
Oh,
Yep.
the double minions you want to silence.
Yeah.
Although even if you don't silence Corporal, he's still a 5/5 for 2 mana.
Yeah. Putting another Murloc at the bottom, but this War Leader going to buff these up now. You heard a little bit of banter back and forth there, talking about blisterGuy kind of giving JustAGuy a little bit of grief for being scared of the shellfish. But I like it. I can respect it. If there's another Whispers, another board clear, that's pretty bad for this Warlock deck.
And I don't think there's been any indication yet that it's not a Reno deck or something along those lines. So you can't assume anything when you're playing these matchups.
Hit that focused will here, and the bless. Going to be double bless too. Wow, respecting the War Leader.
Yeah, and apparently they may be expecting the War Leader, but just a guy with no respect for Flight of the Conchords there.
Oh my gosh. I can definitely understand from blisterGuy's perspective, though, wanting to clear that off because he's already sitting at 16 and looking at his hand, looking at what he's got going. There's not really a ton of answers or removal or taunt or anything like that for blisterGuy to kind of stop some of this damage. There is potential for something here to create a lot of damage.
No, and all Just a Guy really needs to do here is go wide, and it's going to be a real tough time for a blisterGuy to handle.
I was a little surprised though. I did kind of expect blisterGuy to just double bless and smack face with the big thing and just kind of put that little clock there on on for JustAGuy, but now JustAGuy, still that Lushwater Scout has stayed on the board, and look at how much value that's gotten. And now, no minions at all here for blisterGuy, just some buffs and things in hand, and sitting at 6 health. That's not a good spot to be if you're blisterGuy.
That's true, and JustAGuy has 2. I'm surprised he didn't play the. I guess he's holding on some reload because he doesn't need to, but he's just holding on to those Murloculas.
Yeah. And that Dredge picking up the Najak Hexen, but unfortunately it's just at the top of the deck. It's not getting put into hand for blisterGuy there. So this is...
Yeah, it's not looking good for blisterGuy. Now,
Yeah.
if only JustAGuy still had his War Leader up, this game would have been over.
There it
We
is.
got there anyway. Yes.
Yeah.
So game 1 goes to JustAGuy. Defying some Twitter personalities that already said that it was going to be 3-0 blisterGuy. Very, very well played by JustAGuy. blisterGuy is probably wishing he could refine the deck a little bit. He still has to win with that deck if he wants to win this tournament. So
That's right.
I kind of hope that he gets another chance to figure this out.
That's right. They do have to win with each of the 3 decks that they drafted. So JustAGuy already gets that one with the Murloc Warlock from Funky Monkey. I love it. I love the more aggressive, just hit him in the face deck. So, to see that, it's like, yes, I personally love it just because of the deck style. But yeah, unfortunately for blisterGuy, there just didn't really find a lot. And JustAGuy actually was able to use, again, that Lushwater Scout especially just got so much value in clearing up those minions, not leaving blisterGuy with anything on board to use. But that's it.
No,
and Murloc's taking it down.
And I think that's the most aggressive deck we have in this matchup. So that's how I think we're going to see some
The
more
Rogue is
grindy
probably
games
the
far.
next one, the next aggressive.
Yeah. But even if that aggressive, that one is looking to get to probably turn 7, 8, 9 and take advantage of their bigger cards. So very excited to see what happens there. I think we can. I think we'll save our next giveaway. So it looked like we have game 1 here. We'll give our next giveaway after the next match, I think. And
well, if we do have a need for another giveaway, if you would want to do more, I could do a bonus special on the spot giveaway. So
we have a bonus on the spot giveaway. What do you? Let's see what chat thinks. Chat, would you like another special bonus giveaway here? We'll see what they say. You know what? I'm not even gonna wait for chat. I think I'm excited. What would this giveaway be, Dawn?
All right. Well, as with AFG doing things and me helping here, I would love to do an hour coaching with somebody on kind of any aspect that they want, whether it's in game, if you want a coaching in game, but if you also would maybe want to spend an hour chatting to me, or chatting with me about learning content stuff or learning casting or learning something else, that would be your hour to do with that what you'd like. So I would like to do that.
This is fantastic. This is the first I'm hearing about this.
I know. I wanted to surprise you.
All right, I'm setting that up right now.
Perfect.
And let's go ahead and start that. So if you want a coaching with Dragon Rider, and that could be on, like she said, it could be on casting, it could be on Hearthstone, it could be life advice, it could be editing. She does a lot of YouTube video editing. Whatever you are looking for. I've actually coined that I believe she is the female version of Ridiculous Hat in the Hearthstone community. So if that doesn't tell you get a lot of value out of that, I don't know what else to do. So go ahead. So get in that has started right now. Would you say you're president, CEO of Emberflake Gaming?
Yep.
If you're looking to get a label off the ground, just go ahead and exclamation point ticket 1. We're gonna let that. Do we want to let that run during the next match and then come back to that?
Sure. Yeah, we could do that. Although Cora, I don't know. I mean, you know how much I respect you and look up to you. I would say that you probably could give way better life advice than I could. So, maybe if you win, I could learn something from you instead. Reverse coaching.
So that giveaway has started. Exclamation point ticket 1, just in the chat. Rachel, Turia, whoever wants in that, go ahead and grab it there. I think we're almost ready for it. So if we can get that, if you give myself 30 seconds to go, I have to go check on something real quick. But we can get that match started.
It's like I was saving.
We'll wrap up that giveaway afterwards.
All right. Yeah. We will just listen.
And blisterGuy, you are eligible to enter that if you'd like too. This is not excluding competitors.
There you go. Yeah. No reason. Don't sell yourself short. Oh, thanks. I'll learn a thing or two. Well, I appreciate that. I would love to. Yes. We do have a little clip here as well. I'll switch over while Tito has stepped away.
I think friend would probably be an oxymoron, given that we are arch enemies. And
that's right. Well, you did try to run me over that one time.
I did. And again.
All right. So let's see. Funky Monkey down, which means you've got team 5. And
I have to pick one of the other two. You can either stay with Dano's deck.
I can
play one of the other two. You have.
I think I'm going to try one of the other two. Let's try.
You have all of these options, and I'm going.
This one here.
Oh, I'm going to do this. Got to do this.
There we go. A little bit of that banter back and forth. Huge shout out as well. Thank you to JustAGuy for working on this editing and getting kind of a cohesive video for us and selecting some of these moments for us to share their audio with everyone. I hope that you've all been enjoying it. I know I have.
I've been enjoying it too. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but I've definitely been enjoying it.
Their banter back and forth.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Are we ready?
We are.
All right. They are jumping in here to this next game. It's loading in. We're going to see what they bring. Ooh, it looks like we have that rogue versus the hunter. So blisterGuy on Ridiculous Hats Rogue and JustAGuy bringing in Blizzlet's Hunter deck.
blisterGuy has a pretty good opportunity here. JustAGuy must be feeling really froggish to go right with this deck right now. He's coming high off his first victory, and he's very much looking forward to take advantage of that.
Yeah, double selective breeder in the opening. Not terrible, though.
No, that is definitely a great play. I'm a little play. Did he hard keep the freezing trap though?
It did look like it. Yes.
That's an interesting choice there.
I'm kind of curious though, because facing into a rogue, again, as you mentioned, the players just blind drafted. They didn't even know who submitted what classes until they were given the codes. So they have no idea what's in the deck. So maybe versus a rogue, maybe JustAGuy might have thought this was like a miracle rogue or something and wanted to keep that. Also, the deck, looking at it, right, it's kind of like the whole, I guess, early half of the deck is basically a big secret package. And then there's like selective breeders and the beast package that tops everything off. So I'm not really sure what else he could have been looking for.
No, but I like the keep of the saber. That was the right play. Anything else sticking in your hand at this point would not have been very useful for a long time. I'm expecting an explosive trap here. Is probably, I mean, he could break out the selective breeder, but right now you just need to kind of make sure that you don't die before you have a chance to get to your late game, especially given how back end heavy this deck is.
Yeah. And on the other side, on the top there for blisterGuy, pretty aggressive little start here. And also I love the Door of Shadows already being infused. Pretty fantastic too. Going to be able to hopefully get some value off of that in the next 2-ish turns.
Yeah, blisterGuy wants to get his pirates in play. I think he wants to play his Hook Tusk there. Or I'm sorry, whatever her name is at the end there. The pirate we never see played anymore.
Yeah. Oh, and picking up the swordfish weapon as well. Does have a concoction. This is also kind of interesting on the other side. Just picking up that motion denied. Seeing that this is a bit of a more aggressive deck with all the pirates, that motion denied seems much more likely to go off. But there's a lot of rogue decks right now that would set off the motion denied. So picking that up just seems pretty solid. There's Door of Shadows into Door of Shadows.
Yeah, anytime you're playing against a rogue, almost any rogue you play, motion denied is just a solid card. It not only represents damage, but it also will give the rogue pause as to when they want to make a pop-off play, because they're going to get hit by it. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. That freebooter clearing up the saber for blisterGuy. Pretty good. Gets to keep the board. They haven't done a ton of damage to each other yet, but pretty solid. And now, ooh, this sunken saber can just be picked up here. Oh, going for the mountain bear though. Okay.
Yep. Nope. That was a solid pickup right there. I believe this deck also has some. I wish I remembered the name of the card. The one where it goes dormant and then two more spawn or one more spawn. That's really good with the mountain bear. So we'll see what happens there. And that's actually not too bad with some of the other cards he has in his deck as well.
These concoction choices. Destroying a random enemy minion, yeah, and that's what he goes with. I was gonna say that seems like an okay option after you've seen breeders, thinking that there's probably gonna be some big beasts in the deck.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if blisterGuy is thinking that we're looking at a Shockspitter rogue right now. I mean, a Shockspitter hunter right now, but we haven't seen a weapon.
Yeah,
And just playing without the knowledge of what this other person's playing is really interesting.
yeah. The Jolly Roger or Puffer Fist both seem pretty good. I think it was that Jolly Roger pickup too. That's going to be really interesting to see potentially a board filled with some small pirates here.
How do you not pick a card named the Jolly Roger? I mean, that's just
yeah.
All right, so JustAGuy is one turn away from being able to start building up a wall.
All right, let's go ahead and
he doesn't really want to
pew.
Oh, I like the
freezing
pew-pew.
trap any of these. It feels probably almost not only like a waste,
Another
but
secret.
also
If this one
an
explodes,
opportunity
it's a
for
trap. Or is
blisterGuy
it
to
freezing
play
trap?
pirates.
It's not bees.
And here's this listen in,
Freezing?
so we get to hear some of their banter.
It is
here.
freezing. Thank you. I'll have another concoction. And it's perfect for triggering the bees.
What bees?
Oh! What other secrets are there at the moment? Rat trap's not legal, is it? It's not ice trap. Play the spell. I could look this up, but where's the fun in that? So if it's
Look
not,
it up. What is this? Scrabble
not
with a dictionary in your
bees.
hand? Is that the way you play Scrabble? Hang on
Yeah,
a second. I
of
need
course.
a word. Let me go check the cues real quick.
There it is. Scrabble with a dictionary. There you go. That's Hearthstone's new name, I guess. Is what we're
I mean,
going with.
and contrary to JustAGuy's, a dictionary is part of Scrabble. You need it to challenge the fake words that your friends might make up. But yes, you cannot use it as a tool to find the words that you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the Mountain Bear down, which we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I believe he still has a motion denied and played.
Yes.
And it feels like Ray is playing around that. But there we are. Destroy a random enemy minion. 3 damage.
Yeah. And still trying to figure it out. We did hear blisterGuy trying to figure out what the secrets were. Thought it could have been bees. Was kind of figuring it out. Doesn't look like he has quite figured out until this point here that it was that motion denied. But yeah, there it is. We're finally getting to see the Jolly Roger. There's a 1/1 getting summoned. Still pretty good board here, but on the other side for blisterGuy, picking up the Lorthramar. It's so fun, but also
but he can't play it right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage.
Opportunity. He has no choice but to play that bear and hope
Yeah.
he can live to see another day.
Yeah, it has to be. And unfortunately as well, the really fantastic, kind of game-ending play would be that Lorthramar buffing the King Crush, but that King Crush has been drawn. That's not a copy. So unfortunately, the Lorthramar into King Crush isn't an option here either. There it is. There's that the Sunkeneer that you were talking about.
Yes. And just a reminder, folks, that we still have a giveaway open. You can get into that before this match ends, which looks like it's going to be pretty soon.
Right now. There it is.
There it is. So we are now tied up 1-1. And so far the decks have been the Funky Monkey and now the Ridiculous Hat.
Yeah.
Dano.
So that was there was not a whole lot JustAGuy could do there. His deck is back end, and the Pirates were just too overwhelming. Maybe he'll have more chance against the Priest, but it's going to just come down to which matchups these decks can beat.
Yeah. If we did talk about, though, I think that we kind of already have seen now those two really aggressive decks just win. So again, the way that they were doing this is once you win with a deck, you can no longer play that. So kind of that conquest style format, but there's no ban. So, they don't know what the decks are anyway, so no banning. But those we kind of commented on as that Funky Monkey, Murloc Warlock deck and Ridiculous Hat's Pirate Rogue here kind of being those most aggressive decks. There's still that Warrior deck that Ben Hearthstone's Druid deck that was a Reno plus 1 squirrel, or 1 duplicate copy of squirrels. Seems like they're going to be a little slower. The Priest deck, I guess, might now be the next most aggressive one, if it can kind of actually stick a minion and pull off a Bless combo.
No, we definitely saw some opportunity there for the Priest to thrive. I think it'll have the opportunity if it ends up matching up with the Hunter, which could be a possibility here, but not sure what deck we will see next. I'm assuming that in the spirit of competition, both these players will pick the last deck remaining. So I fully expect the Hunter deck and the Druid deck up next, just to make sure that we get to see every content creator highlighted. But I mean, it's not the rules, so we'll see what happens. We're going to close that giveaway in about a minute, so if you have not entered that giveaway yet, please !ticket 1, and you will have an opportunity to get a coaching with Dawn on anything you want. She makes a mean cornbread, I hear.
Sorry, if you're looking for a cooking coaching, that is the one thing that I cannot provide. I am not a good cook.
That is not. I've seen you make dog biscuits before.
That is true. That is true. I did make homemade dog treats for the holidays that I went and donated to a local shelter. That was easy though. Those are like simple ingredients. This is like, you know, some like melted butter, peanut butter, and cheese or something. Like that was easy. I don't know. Cooking for humans, I'm like, I don't know. Like you gotta make it taste good, and it's gotta be like look appealing. Like I don't know. That's a lot of work. I don't know. Hearthstone content, we can do that. Cooking, no.
All right, we got about a minute left on this giveaway, so please go ahead and enter that, and then we'll start on with our next match.
That's right. What do you hope to see next, Tito?
Oh, I just hope to see a competitive match where just everyone's having fun, and we're seeing some interest. I want to see plays that you would not see if you were to play on the meta. I want to see some combos of decks you would never really think about happening. Like, who would have thought putting card X and card Y together would do this, and they just happen to find that solution. That's what I want to see. So we got 30 seconds left on this giveaway.
I haven't played Ben Hearthstone yet.
You haven't played,
and we'll draw it, and then
Other
we'll move on to
than
the next one. Hey,
people
so I have to say, Dawn, mics are working, cameras are working, giveaways are working. We're starting to get the hang of this.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out, checking these streams out, and also helping just make sure that we sound good as well. Do appreciate all of the feedback that we've gotten throughout these so that we can continue to improve on them and make sure that we're providing some awesome stuff for everybody.
Yeah, I can't help with the looks, but at least my sound is okay. It looks like Diego Centric won that coaching, so congratulations, Diego Centric.
Hey!
I will write this down. We'll just message me later, and we'll get you hooked up with Dragon Rider, and whatever you want to get coached on, we can make it happen.
Love it.
All right, let's go ahead, and I think we're ready for the next match.
All right. Get into it here. They are picking their decks. Yes, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for entering. We'll have some more giveaways coming up as well. Okay.
Yes, we will.
Here we go into the next game. And it looks like, JustAGuy bringing that Hunter back. And now blisterGuy on that Druid from Ben Hearthstone. That is the Reno Jackson. Look at that. And the Diamond Reno Jackson nonetheless. But there is that double copy of the squirrels.
Right. I don't believe that blisterGuy can play a deck that isn't completely blinged out.
That's right.
He is the definition of whale, and we love him for it. All right, so the bunker is what you want. That's a good pickup. Although you don't really want to see a handful of secrets, especially duplicate secrets.
On the other side, though,
blisterGuy has a pretty great hand to start with.
Yeah.
A little high up with the guff, but you want guff in hand, and just he has the opportunity to get some tempo push. Click Clacker. I don't think I've ever seen Click Clacker played in Druid, so that's an interesting
Yeah.
choice.
Well, here we go. See the turn 2 breeder yet again. JustAGuy picking up that saber again as well. Holding up more signs. Sausage slizzles are... I couldn't see. Sausage slizzles or something. Yeah, you could see some signs several times throughout. JustAGuy was really trying to get under blisterGuy's skin.
Yeah, unfortunately for JustAGuy, that I don't think it is possible to get under blisterGuy's skin. Because last I heard, blisterGuy eats Greek for breakfast or lunch or some meal.
Yeah,
right,
maybe
so
all of
there's the
them. Who knows?
There's the boar, and I don't know what JustAGuy is thinking on this. He's probably thinking, "Oh, this is that boar druid I believe that Clark Houseblade made popular over the last couple weeks." But no, that is in fact not what he's going to be seeing.
And this King Crush being drawn yet again, still just making that Lorthramar King Crush potential so saddening. Not going to happen, but yeah, so many secrets.
Well, it's not going to happen yet, but there are opportunities to, I don't know, maybe put another couple copies of King Crush back in your deck if you happen to die with a Dire Frenzy. There it is right there. There is the 13 mana combo that we're all expecting to happen.
Yeah, that 13 mana. You know, JustAGuy is not the one that has Guff on the board here. You know, how is he going to get that 13 mana?
That is fair, but at least JustAGuy making the right play there, getting a couple sabers back into the deck, that could be very useful, especially having the other saber that will draw the big minions from their deck. But more importantly, just getting rid of that armor on the druid and pressuring with the options he has. He can follow that up. I believe his freezing trap already down in play. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's a nice trap. But he's already got some traps in play, and he has the opportunity to continue to push damage and try to keep blisterGuy off balance.
Yeah. That Stealth Beast, trying to get some more beasts played for discounting that Matriarch.
There's our freezing trap that he's probably looking to play. Probably, all motion denied into a freezing trap.
Yeah, and don't know if he wants to lean into an explosive. No, going for that second ice trap. Just leaning into the secrets here and then hitting face. I love it.
No, it's probably not the right play for the explosive because, again, you don't know what's in his deck.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have that 2 damage you're going to get off. You might get some better value from it later. Yes, I believe there are no harpoon guns in this deck. That might have been an oversight by the Blizzard crew on this deck, as with the amount of big minions they have, being able to get them discounted would have been possibly a good move there. If we had an opportunity for a little bit refinement, maybe we could have done something like that. But a lot of these decks were created without real extra work, because it was, hey, give us a deck. Let's see how they work. Revive Pet, that's interesting. I think that is a nice one. When you're playing with minions, a lot of big minions, that's a pretty good card. Actually, I think he might just use back a saber and oh no, he just cast the saber that he has.
Well, this is the alternative, right? Is especially if there's no harpoon guns to discount. We know that one Dire Frenzy was already played, but if JustAGuy could hold this long enough, get that King Crush down, and the King Crush gets killed, then the Revive Pet can bring back that King Crush, and then maybe at that point you have an opportunity to play Revive Pet and the other Dire Frenzy, put copies of King Crush back in. So it can be done. It's going to be a multi-turn process that's still a little ways out.
Yeah, it's definitely, this deck this Hunter deck really has is playing the long game, to say it properly. Doesn't mean it can't be fun, doesn't mean it can't win. It just plays a long game. And we're seeing, I think this is the third or fourth saber we've seen thus far. So that has a lot of potential as soon as he starts seeing the sunken sabers to start pulling out some big minions.
And there is the potential of just the revive pet here, I suppose, but okay. Kind of interesting, using the one that costs 1. I think if you're going to go for that, you probably just play the explosive trap that costs 2 mana and then the hero power anyways. Not sure if it makes that much of a difference, but it might.
Well, it does. It does because you floated a mana there. There was no need to. And if you need to be mana efficient later, having that 1 mana trap would have been nice. But
hey, there's 11 mana on the other side, Tito. That's a
Ah,
death beetle potential here.
there is, and we're not even pushing it to 11.
That's right, yeah.
Team Fire trolling us in the newest expansion by not giving us Guff back, but giving us a card that lets a druid go back to 11.
Oh, but it lets everybody go to 11, so at least there's that.
There is that. Luckily, it looks like Bran will not be part of that equation. So we got to see which card. This doesn't let this card makes it so they can't play one of these cards this turn, right? So he's probably going to pick the Crush. Yeah, he picked the Crush, which makes sense. He's already getting kind of low on damage. I mean, he's 16 health. He wants to limit the ability for. Ooh, there's the motion denied triggered though.
Wow. Yeah, down to 10 health now. Ooh, the selective breeder pickup. Pretty good when you can't play the Crush. It's a sunken saber, or ooh, that first saber was also buffed from the dire frenzy. So yeah, that could have been an option too, just to clear something. I do like the bear pick though. It does give you 3 taunts, even if blisterGuy wants to trade in the Scorpid here. Use that poisonous to clear off the biggest body, can still clear everything from blisterGuy's perspective here. And that Reno now, sitting in hand here, even though he's at 10 health, but he's not really at 10 health because of Reno.
Right. And we're going to probably see that pretty soon. Although we haven't seen the squirrel yet, have we? So that Reno is not active.
True. Yeah, we haven't seen either squirrel yet. But you just need to draw one of them at this point. But yeah, can't play the Reno quite yet. Gonna go for this buff. I love this, and the Scorpid lives through the attack because of that added health.
Right, and also it's not going to be very easy for JustAGuy to get through this wall that blisterGuy just pulled up.
Yeah.
I believe the initiative has shifted in favor of blisterGuy, but as I was going to mention before, the having the bear in the res pool was pretty nice, and he got kind of lucky to get him on that though, because it wasn't a guarantee, especially with the Cubs and the Sabers and the other minions that might have been in there. So there he drops the 2 mana explosive trap. Now if he would have played the other way around and used the 1 mana 1 or the 2 mana 1 earlier, that would have been 1 mana, and he could have probably got another hero power there. So order does matter. If he ends up losing by 2, that can problem. There's a squirrel. I think we're gonna see him pick the squirrel just to activate that Reno Jackson.
The Reno.
You feel much better when that Reno is yellow in your hand.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, and mistake. You always got to have mistake in there.
Yeah. Is that blisterGuy commenting that JustAGuy may have made a mistake? I don't even think he needed to play that Reno Jackson quite yet. I think he was just saying, "Look, I also have this.
Yeah,
you can't win."
Yeah, this is it's a pretty tight shutout here.
Although now, if he had waited, actually, so interesting when you play the squirrel, that's one thing, but once squirrel dies, then your Reno is no longer active, so you have a limited window in which to play that.
True.
There's that faithful companion, so let's see if we see what comes out of that.
Pull out the
double
the
bear.
Buffed up bear. Let's go. Not dead yet.
Denied. So you're saying there's a chance.
That's right. There's a chance. And no more poison on the other side either now for blisterGuy. That Scorpid has already died, but let's see, making some trades here. Gonna start working through these taunts. And yeah, this Sneeds that was picked up from the Gorilla Bot, so good.
It's a mechanic we haven't seen brought back yet, I don't believe, where you can target the other player's minions with another minion, which I thought we were going to see a little bit more of once that came in. I like that effect. Although who knows what's coming next year? We're still only about halfway through the set, I believe, and we haven't seen the core yet either.
Yeah.
Wow, here comes that Death Beetle to finish things.
So effective of a clear, and the Death Beetle, because of the guff, the guff was in there. Ooh, what a game!
Right. So game 3 goes to blisterGuy, and he's now up 2-1. So I think it's time for another giveaway. So I'm not giving away now. How about we give away the Ron Mexico coaching? What do we think? Probably a pretty good time for that, especially since we just saw Hunter lose, I think, twice in a row. Maybe maybe JustAGuy might like a coaching on Hunter.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you never know. All right, just give me a second to get this guy set up here. Giveaways.
Oh, the potential's there. The potential is there for the Hunter deck.
So this giveaway, you get a 1-hour coaching with Ron Mexico. I believe he is limited to just 2 things, and that would be playing Hearthstone and hair care. So
does have some great hair.
He has fantastic hair. Well, and like we said before, the last coaching he did, the player that won was Bandit Keith, and since Bandit Keith had that coaching, he has been a top 100 NA player. So please go ahead and exclamation point ticket 1 to get a coaching with Ron Mexico. Everybody's eligible, even if you've already won a t-shirt. But let's go ahead. I think it's time to move on to the next game, and we'll close that one out when we get back and get done with the game.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of audio here as well. So let me see if I can get to that here.
So now I
have only 1 deck left.
Yeah,
you
but
have
I
to
have
win
to
with Dano's deck.
I have to win with Dano's deck against either that or against the Team 5 deck, right?
You have to win. Well, I've got to play the Team 5 deck.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you not play the Team 5 deck next?
Potentially losing without putting this deck out. That would be your
No, that's right.
So
I can't believe I won with that deck. I was smack talking it.
Is this going to get me to an actual even 2-2 where we have to play Blizzlet versus Squelch? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that would be awfully.
It would be a good fitting finish.
That would be something. Okay.
What are we looking at here?
All right. So yeah, there that little conversation talking about the potential if JustAGuy wins here with this warrior deck that was submitted by Sage and Cora, his 2 kids, then it will go to a game number 5, which will be the Priest deck here that blisterGuy's on right now, submitted by Squelchcast, versus that Hunter deck. It'll be, it was Blizzlet's deck, so it'll be like if this warrior wins, it'll be a game 5 podcast showdown.
Yes, and the Blizzlet Squelch matchup is, I think, no one wins if we get to that point. But I'm just kidding. I love those guys. It would be a fitting finish to this matchup. But let's see what the JustAGuy can do with his child's deck. Flesh Shaper, fantastic.
Not getting that effect of being at 7 mana, but still drawing it. Immediately draws into the second one. It's not terrible though. On the other side, there is at least 1 minion now in hand for blisterGuy with that Shellfish.
Yes, that's shellfish. Very strong, but also has a little bit of a drawback. But I mean, on turn 4/7/7, I mean, hard to argue with the power of that.
Yeah.
JustAGuy going instantly into the Finley to try to get a better hand. I respect the move.
Yeah, and honestly, did look like it picked up a bit of a better hand here as well.
The Warrior Legendary. I also don't think I've ever seen that actually played on an actual game. So I'm interested to see what this could do. Although no, I think I'm wrong. I think I saw Edelweiss play this against me once before she double boated me later on in that game.
Yes, sounds very much like something that she would do. But here it is coming down, and it's casting the switcheroo. Ooh, okay.
We might see some big minions this game. There's definitely an opportunity here.
Yeah.
And everybody, don't forget while we're watching this matchup, please ticket 1, exclamation ticket space 1, and you can get entered to get that Ron Mexico coaching. And I will not not pronounce his name again tonight. There's our favorite Incorporeal Corporal, but there is no silence in his hand, I don't believe. So now one thing that we do see in blisterGuy's hand is he does have that Najin Hexen, which can turn this match right around real fast, especially if he has the secret. One thing I've learned recently is if you get that Najin down, a lot of people silence the Najin Hexen. You can silence the minion that you control, and you can get a lot more damage off that Whispers than you would off the 1 mana of the Hexen. So it depends on what the ability of the minion you control is.
Yeah.
But if you can get away with it, you can really turn that to your advantage.
I mean, there is that focused will as well that can silence too. It doesn't even have to be the Whispers. So kind of an interesting mechanic for sure. It's going to be interesting to see how blisterGuy wants to use those, because I mean, at this point, you're seeing a warrior deck. You're seeing that it's Renathal. You're seeing some like tech style tools potentially here. You gotta expect that there's probably some bigger things in the deck that you can steal with the Najak Hexen at some point.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, but again, we don't know. blisterGuy doesn't know what's in this deck, so he doesn't know what will happen. He doesn't know what could be coming next. He doesn't know he's going
now
to.
What I should do after all
Theon
this
into a not
is
Thrasher anymore,
record
but,
the broadcast
the potential for
with
the giant
all of my
minions
plays with both
there.
of my
He
kids
doesn't know
behind
about
me,
that yet.
so that everybody
Here's
can
this listen
understand
in.
exactly how terribly I played every game.
We're just having them critique you. I think that'd be pretty good.
It's the exact same way that you need to go through analyzing mini sets with the two of them behind you telling you how everything that you've somehow formulated as an opinion is completely incorrect.
I listened to that episode, and I don't think they were audible, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure that if... oh, wow. I'm pretty sure if I was there, they would just be telling me how spot on I was.
Yeah, I have no doubt they would. Unfortunately, I'm not you.
Well, fantastic. Well, one thing that we do know that is JustAGuy was not lying, as Cora is in chat reminding him that, you really shouldn't be floating that 1 mana.
That's
so
right.
He's getting live coaching as we speak during this match.
Yeah, and
so
speaking of coaching, there is a coaching with Ron Mexico up for grabs right now that you can enter to win. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and type that exclamation tickets to get yourself entered for that giveaway for a coaching with Ron Mexico.
Right. The only person not eligible is me. So if you haven't gotten your opportunity there to get your ticket, please do so. All right. So, I mean, this matchup it still feels like it's anybody's game. JustAGuy is building up some tempo.
Yeah.
But we do have options of, I think we're going to have to probably hex in this turn. You're looking at blisterGuy's hand.
There is just so much in hand here for JustAGuy, though. The way this deck is built, like, it really, there's some decent removal. There's some great minions. Like,
it's almost like the team that built this deck has some real deep knowledge of the game and the cards that are in the game.
Yeah. And we'll just see
Also-
how well JustAGuy can play the cards. But so far, seeming to be doing pretty well.
And he's using the location on the minion that he has to silence in order to attack with. That's pretty interesting, but he's kind of running out of options here.
Yeah, really needed the card draw.
Also, if you guys didn't hear that on that last little interaction there, confirmed blisterGuy has at least listened to Bread and Butter once, so we appreciate that, blisterGuy. Bread and Butter is the podcast that I do with Doc McButt. We try to help people get better at Hearthstone. And it looks like that our competitors do not really need that today, as they're having a fantastic battle. Also, you can get some great Hearthstone info off of Dr. 3, which is hosted by Dawn and Smarms and Alkaline Cat. And additionally, Dawn has a podcast called TCG Roundtable, where they talk about all kinds of games, not just Hearthstone. So the blisterGuy is having a nice little kind of pop-off turn here, trying to stem the tide, get himself using that Hexen to get a 12-12 taunt into play. And yeah. So what do we think JustAGuy has here? He can clear, but does he have? Is this a? Yeah, no, he's just gonna manual clear. He says, "I have enough health. I can just do what I can." And is he going to? Ooh, Trench Stalker now.
Yeah, I love it.
Stalker.
It's lethal. Yep. The trench, the single Trench Stalker. What an end!
All right, so we are now down to a Blizzlet versus Squelch battle for supremacy.
Let's go. This is what we came to see, folks. This is what we came to see.
All right, so we have about another minute left on that giveaway, so please go ahead and exclamation point, excuse me, exclamation point, ticket 1 to get into that coaching for Ron Mexico. You thought I was going to do something there. I wasn't. And then we'll get on to this. Going 5 matches. Going 5 games. I was kind of hoping for that, but you know, I wasn't counting on it, so we're pretty excited about it. So again, we got about 30 seconds left in that giveaway.
Actually,
if you're not in that giveaway, maybe we can actually hold on 1 second here. All right. We're actually going to have about 40 more seconds on the giveaway, but I'm wondering if I can. Yeah, let's not mess with that. I was going to run a poll, but we're not going to do that right now. Well, people put in chat who you think is going to win this final matchup, JustAGuy or Blister. JustAGuy with Blizzlet's deck, or blisterGuy with Squelch deck.
That's right. And I think while we have everybody voting and waiting for the giveaway to finish, we do have a quick listen in on just like their little banter here before they get into this next match. I'll listen in here.
Something out that was just a complete meme deck. So. Oh, there you go. Hi, BZ. Hi, Cora.
Guest appearance.
We're 2-2. What? Last batch for I did think I would. Excuse me?
We'll actually get that game in just a moment here, but yes, the wonderful Cora entrance there as the game starts.
Ain't surprised at her father for doing so well.
Right.
Mithrix, it's ticket 1, not ticket 5. So you're close, but you can only get 1 ticket. So if you can do that, I'll give you another 20 seconds before I close that giveaway. But no, do we get to see a B, or if we keep going, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay, let's go ahead and close that giveaway.
blisterGuy was also surprised he was doing so well. Oh no.
All right, congratulations to Rachel on the Ron Mexico coaching. Even if I know I'm going to say the right thing now, I have to catch myself.
Right. Should we also start up the next one and run that through this last game?
That is a fantastic. So we are going to do both giveaways on this next one. So this is for a month of HS Replay Premium subscription. So even if you pay for HS Premium, it'll just tack on another month for you. So go ahead and you're going to want to enter that. Let me go ahead and get that set up. I'm just thrilled that our giveaways are working tonight. That was a fun debug.
Yeah. And real quick here, let me see if I can...
While we're setting this up, I really just want to thank our competitors for getting involved in this and really having some fun with this on Twitter and in our private chats and everything. It's been a blast doing this particular one, and I can't wait to do more in the future. But you guys have made it so enjoyable. All right, that giveaway is there. And if you've already won a giveaway, this is a new giveaway. You're more than welcome to join in. Fantastic. All right, and Dawn, yes. I think we are ready to start up the game when you are.
Yeah, let me, I'm just going to transition here and kind of show this for a second here. Huge shout out to HS Replay for providing these giveaways for us as well. If you haven't kind of checked out this feature that you can do, I personally love being able to separate by rank when you go to these matchups. So if you want to look at maybe instead of just gold, if you want to see Diamond through Legend, maybe that's where you're at, you can actually filter and get to look at different matchup win rates. It will adjust the tier list here for you as well based on this filter. All of that will be provided to you with that HS Replay Premium. So definitely make sure you check that out. And I think one of the best features here that a lot of people use is this mulligan guide as well. You can pick a specific deck and actually look at the mulligan rates of cards. That is also a feature of that HS Premium. So that's what you have a chance to win. Definitely make sure that you get in and enter for those. And like you said, Tito, there's 2 of those, correct? So 2 winners for this giveaway.
We're drawing 2 winners at the end of this match. And additionally, 2 notes on this. You're not going to find any of the matchups we've seen tonight in that list. Sorry. And if you are new here, we appreciate you coming down and hanging out. If you can hit that follow button, we're going to be doing these events hopefully about once a month. We already have our next one in the works. You're going to really like that one. It's going to be a little different. We're going to try to, we'll have some standard matches as well, but we're going to try to also keep things interesting. So Dragon Rider and I will be doing these quite often. So we hope to have you there. So just go ahead and give a follow. And yeah, that's about it. So Dawn, when you're ready, let's go ahead and start the next match.
Let's get back to it. Here we go.
Heckins, yeah. I think I may have misheard that originally. Oh God, it's this deck again. I almost forgot for a minute which deck this was.
Let's get ready to rumble. Sorry, I was asked to do that. All right, so we now have the Priest versus Hunter.
We do.
Blizzlet getting 3 games on the show tonight.
Yeah, with this Hunter deck, is it going to be able to pull off a win? It's lost twice already, unfortunately, but you know, this Priest deck already kind of lost a couple of games as well. So gonna be interesting to see which one takes it down.
I'm not gonna lie, I like blisterGuy's hand much better than I like JustAGuy's at the moment.
Yeah, the hand is pretty solid, and having the potential to draw even more minions as well, pretty fantastic. But again, every time he's played this deck, JustAGuy has been able to play the breeder on turn 2.
And I think he's got to pick Saber again. You need some minions early.
Yeah.
And you need the greed play is Mountain Bear. Oh, he went for the greed play.
I mean, there's already a Saber in hand, so it does seem pretty reasonable. Plus the Warsong Wrangler going to pull out the Sunken Sabers or the other Saber. So I could see either one, but I don't think it's unreasonable. And there it
And
is.
if there's the B, just
Cora,
off camera.
Cora and the pupper. Oh, flying away. The special guest
we had an
appearance.
opportunity there for JustAGuy to pull B on stage, and we were all winners there. But I guess not. That would have driven ratings up there, JustAGuy. You could have helped us out there with the B setting. Are we missing out on some banter?
It's not playing currently.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just making sure.
Yeah. But here now again, just blisterGuy getting the shellfish down, and JustAGuy going for the Wrangler. Okay.
I think he needs to get it. He probably needs to get the other saber as well. Here.
Yeah.
But he goes for the bear. He's now
another mount bear. All the bears.
Well, that's going to be a problem when he can get to turn 7. If he can get 7, 8, 9, get bear. But
wow, there's that whispers though.
Yep, and this shellfish has been a problem for JustAGuy all night.
Yeah. And I like the sequencing there as well from blisterGuy attacking with the attendant first, just in case it actually did end up being a freezing trap.
No, very much makes sense.
Now more secrets going to come down here. That bunker,
Yep.
I guess. Yeah, it's either a hero power or the explosive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's feeling like it might be just not enough here for JustAGuy. It feels like blisterGuy has way too much tempo.
Yeah.
He has to play the freezing trap, right? I know he couldn't play it last turn, so but
wow.
He's one mana short of being able to get a bear down, but it doesn't look like it's going to be it. So we got 1 damage. He's down to 1 health. 1 health in a dream.
Oh. This has been a beat down. Unfortunately, these bears just not doing enough. They can't even come down until next turn yet. There's that hope of Quel'Tha loss. It's not going to be enough either.
Almost taunting JustAGuy as to say there is no hope.
Yeah. Well, that Cloaked Huntress, a single copy of Cloaked Huntress, we finally get to see it, but unfortunately, I still don't think that playing the Huntress and playing a couple of secrets for free here still does anything.
And he's making the play he needs to play. He clears the minion, and he also has a freezing trap down. So
yes,
he does have a little bit of hope here.
Oh, you see the reaction there when blisterGuy finds out it was the freezing trap.
Oh, but he's gonna hex in the saber. Although now at least we can get some bears down.
Yeah, a mountain bear can come down now, but is it enough at this point? The hexen coming down first does mean that JustAGuy doesn't have to worry about the hexen stealing the bear at least, but
this is true.
Still, is it enough?
Weighing his options, he knows it's bear time. He plays a 7/7 bear, which definitely isn't the worst option here.
Yeah.
But it is not looking good. So I believe we're going to... Oh, I thought we were going to see a Thrive, but we're not. We're going to see the Cathedral first, maybe?
Yeah.
I can't even tell you what's in the deck to know you what he would go for Thrive. That's the most interesting thing. It's like, well, what can he go get? I have no idea. Silence the minion and some of there you go.
There it is. That's all. Just needed to be able to silence a minion. There was quite a bit of it in the deck. But there it is.
And Fight Night round 2 goes to blisterGuy.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Yes. Let's I think there is a little bit of audio here after the game, so let me just get to that here, and we'll listen to that and then do our giveaways.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good games.
blisterGuy.
And
That was
Don, I
very
believe we
close
do
on, Don.
have
I-
Just a Guy and
I can't
Blister
go
Guy.
back
If
to
we can
being
get
just
them,
a bot. I
if
have
we
to
can get
just
them
be
in for a
Just
call, we can probably
Just
get a little chit chat about them.
Just
But
until
match-
You
something
can
else
keep the JustAGuy. I think
comes along
I think
that fills the spot.
blisterGuy guy doesn't suit me. We'll keep our guys. We'll have a rematch sometime somehow.
Oh well, this is good. This is good.
I think this was good. Like,
well, this will be better.
it
You'll
wasn't
have-
a one-sided
you'll have a
drubbing.
Positive attitude for your next Walking to Work cast. It'll be better than having to go through and analyze everything that you did wrong because somehow losing to me would come across as being such a horrible end.
All right, there we go. Perfect.
all right, should we draft? Are we ready?
We
So,
should. How about
one other thing too. I mean, I know I thanked Just a Guy and Blister Guy before, but getting two people from California and Australia to coordinate to play matches for something like this was a lot more difficult than you probably would imagine. So we really, really appreciate them putting in the effort to make this happen.
Yeah.
We're going to set up to hopefully talk to Blister Guy and Just a Guy in just a moment, but we're going to have about another minute left on this raffle. So if you were not in the raffle yet for an HS Replay Premium month, go ahead and pound exclamation point ticket 1. Sorry, and I'm a developer, and in developer language, pound means exclamation point or bang. Bang 1. So we'll just give it a minute there. And while Dawn gets us set up for an interview. Yeah, I said that wrong, Blister Guy. I know. I meant bang. All right, Just a Guy. If you can, if you check our chat that we have, we're putting out a video thing to hop on, so we can get a quick word with you and Blister Guy. We're gonna close that giveaway in 45 seconds. And we're going to draw true winners from that. But I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. This has been a lot of fun. I think we definitely had some great matches, and I think it was definitely well played. Both competitors really gave a solid effort. Are you hopping in there, Just a Guy, or is he hopping in?
Where'd it go?
Just give it a minute here. We're trying to get Just a Guy to join us for the post game interview with Blister Guy. Blister Guy is up at this has got to be 12 hours ahead of us somehow. So he's making the effort. Just a Guy just might be too ashamed to join us here. I don't know.
Well, we appreciate you joining us here, Blister Guy. You're welcome to unmute and just chat if you want.
Ah, good. Right. Oh, I see. I'm on camera now. It's not 12 hours. It's 2:49 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh, fair enough.
There's usually many more hours than that.
Have you already walked to work today?
I have.
So the recap will have to be for the next one, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, I can pretty much remember what happened, especially now that I've watched it again. I appreciate you saying that it was well played, but I'll have you know that I know of at least 2 mistakes that I made.
You had 2 mistakes over a course of 5 games. I usually have 3 mistakes in the course of 1, so we'll give you the benefit there.
It wasn't just 3 mistakes, but there were definitely things I did wrong. Like that Thrive in the Shadows that I played on the last turn there to find the silence. I was literally thinking, I have no idea what I can get to win the game here, forgetting completely that I was playing a silence-free stick, which I'd played several times already because I'd lost with it. Like, surely Thrive in the Shadows finds me a silence, but I was like, well, I guess I'll see what's in here. And there it was. The extra squirrel almost cost me because I was planning to play the Reno Jackson on
I was coming
turns.
sooner or later.
You were coming later. It takes you a while to get started, right?
It's okay. I can't hear them now.
that's a shame. Does that mean I have to roast him again?
Yeah. I mean, how many times you need to roast them, the better.
So yeah, the Reno Jackson play. It wasn't that I was waiting on Reno Jackson. I'd forgotten that Reno Jackson wouldn't work until I saw the squirrel, and then I was like, "Oh God, I need to take the squirrel if I'm going to play Reno Jackson." We were very close to witnessing me playing the Reno Jackson and then just not gaining any life and going. And the Lushwater Scout was the big one. I should have taken that off the board instead of the War Leader. I was like, this War Leader is clearly contributing a lot of attack to the board. And like 2 turns later, I'm like, yeah, that Lushwater Scout has allowed him attack many, many more times. What was I thinking?
And it's interesting too with the Reno Jackson. You basically didn't need to play him. You just played him to kind of play him and gain health and say, look, I was going to beat you no matter what. But you had
I was getting pretty low.
Well, you had a nice taunt wall ahead that it was very unlikely, but you'd also don't know what he has in his hand, right?
That's right.
But but the interesting thing that Ben set you up on that deck was you had to get at least one of the squirrels out, but then once one of the squirrel dies, your Reno Jackson would then be invalidated. So you had a window there where if you played that squirrel, which you did, like once those squirrels get shuffled back into your deck, your Reno Jackson was no longer there. So I think he was having some fun with you.
So let's count that as 4 mistakes because I hadn't even thought of that. It's very true, and that would have been bad.
That would have been bad. It looks like we have a blisterGuy and a JustAGuy there. JustAGuy.
Sorry, Discord always causes me issues. Everyone knows.
Yeah,
Hi guys.
It's Discord. It's poor craftsman blames his tools. Something.
Yeah, that's. It's not my Discord. Discord itself. Hi. What fun.
Hi, JustAGuy.
Oh, blisterGuy. How aggravating.
Why?
Because I have a feeling you got to watch that entire match calmly, peacefully, analyzing your plays. I got to watch that entire match with 2 people sitting next to me, yelling at me the entire time. The number of bears that somehow ended up in my hand and how pathetically I played the entire thing. Just horrible. Even the match I destroyed you with their warrior deck. I misplayed. Every card I misplayed was wrong. Everything I did was horrible. I
definitely destroyed me with that
I
warrior
should have beaten you on turn 1 somehow. I don't know how.
I mean, that's what kids expect of their parents. They're infallible. There should be no mistakes.
I'm positive your children were not sitting next to you telling you how terrible you are at this game.
The fun part. Actually, definitely, my daughter will, if she's watching over my shoulder and I don't play the cutest looking cards, she's like, what even are you doing here?
Bears!
Do you have the cute cards in your deck? No, I don't have any cute cards in this deck. Why are you even playing this game? It's like, because I'm not you. I play things differently.
See, I had a
vague... I see what you're saying. Like, even just sitting here knowing what the result is can't be a lot of fun.
I had a vague recollection of bears. A couple of bears here, 1 bear there. I didn't realize there were so many bears. I have a feeling I have this sort of unnatural ability to I thought the bear was going to save me. Every time I had a chance to take the bear because nothing beats bear. You can't get past that bear. Unless you have a deck full of silence cards. I did have 3 in hand at one point. While the kids are yelling at me why I'm taking another bear.
Well, to be fair, I think Storm Rage probably made some deck construction errors that I was not aware of until I saw the list. As Cora quite rightly pointed out, where are the harpoon guns? Where are the pet collectors?
These weren't supposed to be top tier decks. These were supposed to be
I know, but
fun decks.
Top tier or hamstrung.
I think Squirrel Reno was fantastic. I think that was so perfect because we asked the only thing we asked for was decks that were playable. We didn't want decks that were going to make the match so bad that everybody hated watching and we hated playing it. And we didn't get any of that, and thanks to everybody who actually did put their time in to put those decks together, because it really did make this whole thing. But that was perfect. It was on brand. Ben did such a great job. And everybody looked at it and went, why are there squirrels? What?
Well, I knew why they were there immediately because it's his Twitter avatar.
Of course,
is the squirrel. So he always loves the squirrels. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, he's put the squirrels in there. But as Tito pointed out before, and I completely missed it, there's such a trap. You've got to draw a squirrel to make Reno active, and you can't play a squirrel. Because if you play the squirrel, then it shuffles the other squirrels in the deck, shutting Reno off.
Yep. Yep.
What kind of trap is this?
And you still managed to get it out. Not that it actually affected the game, but you still managed to get it out and active. So apparently, any criticism of that deck is unfounded because it works perfectly.
No, the worst part about that is I had forgotten the 2 squirrels thing. And so I was planning for several turns going, is this the turn I play Reno? No, I think I can get away with holding it for another turn. And then was it Aquatic Form I played and saw the squirrel and was like, oh gosh, I need to take the squirrel.
Isn't it fun when you play something that
isn't that Reno into play and gone?
It's not all glowy like it's supposed to be and you don't realize it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it didn't always do that. Like, when Reno was first released, we didn't have the orange glow. And while Reno was still in standard, we got the orange glow. Like, oh, that helps so much. We don't have to remember whether we're drawing out duplicates or whatever. And so I'm not conditioned to expect to see the orange glow because I've been playing so long that I'm so used to Reno still only having a green glow. So when I see green glow, I'm like, Reno's probably switched on. Who would build a deck with a duplicate with Reno in it?
I think it was pretty much exactly how I hoped it would go. I thought it would be fun. I wanted to get the community involved. I didn't want to embarrass myself other than in front of my children, which there was no possibility that they were ever going to watch me do anything and go, wow, Dad, that actually was pretty good. No, I once saved a person from drowning, and I think they criticized how I could have done it more efficiently. No, I didn't actually, but that just would be
you let that guy drown. I mean, he had it coming.
You know, it was cold out.
I didn't have swimmers. What do you expect?
Well, 2 notes on this. One, we've confirmed. I've sent a note to Blizzard PR, and hopefully our next fight night we're going to give away a coaching with Sage and Cora that only JustAGuy can win.
No, nobody.
Only JustAGuy will be eligible.
No. There's so much abuse involved in it. Stop yourself. Stop.
And we're also going to try to get
coaching.
you. We're also going to try to get you scheduled on Blizzlet for your unhealthy obsession with bears. That might be the monster of the week.
I honestly,
we don't think shame.
I would also like to say I do not want Blizzlet and Storm Rage in particular to feel bad. Yes, every game I lost was with that deck. Don't feel bad about that. Things happen. There might have been one time I misplayed with the deck. I'm sure it was probably pilot error. I know that's going to be the reasonable explanation. So we can go ahead and lean into that. I don't want it. I really don't. I'm sure we all could have tweaked a little bit here and there with the way we played things. I do think Bears, I had some natural affinity to the Bears I didn't realize were going to cause me a problem. I really did. When I saw myself discover 3 cards and the kids are like, take this, and I'm like, no, a third bear would be better because we might go through.
Well, then you've got the whole
first
family,
2
right?
bears,
and the porridge is
that
too
was
hot.
what I
the
said.
porridge is too cold.
Exactly.
I did actually, in a way, I could have probably claimed I meme played that deck just to play the Bears and get the mama, papa, and baby bear in hand at once. I think that should be an achievement, to be perfectly honest. I don't know that it isn't, apparently, but it should.
Well,
yeah, right.
That sounds like a Blizzlet achievement, so I'm for it.
Well, I think a Blizzlet achievement would probably involve Cocaine Bear instead. I think that would be...
It would work as well.
If you can give Mountain Bear Rush, you get the Cocaine Bear achievement. It was cut at the last minute because it was due to family friendly for the game.
I did rush one of the Bears.
There you go. You get the Cocaine Bear achievement. Congratulations.
Well, keep in mind
maybe you have to
now
give it Frenzy is what you have to give it. Oh, it doesn't. That's not in the game anymore. Oh.
You have now given Dano some power over Storm Rage because his deck has beaten Blizzlet's deck. Like so that is now something that we're going to probably hear about. Also, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
Well, gentlemen, I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. But I'm sure you have some work to do today, blisterGuy, given that it's already halfway through Monday and JustAGuy, I don't know what you're doing with your time, but
I'm going to bed. I'm up late. It's 9:00 here. So
were you able to get to the early bird tonight?
No, I had to put it off. We get the to-go container.
Did you crash out of playing bingo with the other retirees?
No, I can't. Bingo's cutthroat.
And additionally, you did mention pilot error. Pilot is one of my mods, and he did not make one mistake tonight. So I just want to correct you there.
Then I think we have to put the blame squarely where it deserves to be. Firmly on Daniel Storm Rage's shoulder.
No.
Like,
but
in all honesty, I want to thank everyone involved with this because, as I'm sure you can tell, JustAGuy and I get on like a house on fire. And if there's one thing that we're united on, it's stomping on Daniel Stormray Sheldon's feelings. So,
the way
we've had a blast.
The way I think of it, blisterGuy, is that you are basically Ryan Reynolds, and JustAGuy is basically Hugh Jackman. And that's the bro friendship you guys have.
Hang on a minute.
We're just here to enjoy it.
It's time for you to check your prescription on those glasses one more time.
I mean, like, I get that I'm the younger one here, but like, one of us lives in Australia, and one of us lives practically in Canada, I think. So
how could you not be the Hugh Jackman? Practically in Canada?
I'm fully jacked.
I just assume that
I've got at least one ab.
I just assume that JustAGuy could sing better.
Oh, we'll find out in a couple of days, unfortunately.
Good Lord, no. My mom
reveal video is
and my
terrible.
kids. Not me, no, sorry.
Yeah, actually, before we head out, could you plug that as well for people that don't know? You, blisterGuy, you have a card reveal coming up.
Yeah. It'd be my 7th card reveal now. And because the expansion was music themed, like I didn't get a lot of
card reveal. Let's be
I didn't get a lot of warning.
Daughter's
Usually we get
reveal.
2 or 3 weeks.
They don't even message him anymore. It goes right to her.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep talking. We're fine. No, seriously, it's hers.
But so we didn't get a lot of time.
She
so
writes
I came
up the
with an idea
script. She
very
goes
quickly.
and tells him what he has to do.
Yeah, Steven's going to claim that she does all the creation. She did have an idea. There's actually input on this. I'll post a picture on Twitter soon. She's got a pink wig on. The pink wig was her idea. So, but I didn't have a lot of time to come up with an idea, so I came up with an idea, and I kind of think I overextended on what my idea was, and I realized partway through that me having to sing anything was just a bad idea, but I do it anyway. So
that's
it's
okay.
kind of embarrassing. But I mean, everyone's probably going to be like, "That's amazing! It's totally cringe, and we love it." And your daughter is adorable as usual. But I'm mostly going to be dying of embarrassment when it goes live.
We all make
which is
those
my own
mistakes.
fault, and I can't blame anyone.
We all make those mistakes. JustAGuy thought competing in a Hearthstone match was a good idea.
I actually, you know what? Seeing as how I assume they're just behind schedule because they haven't notified me about what my card reveal is going to be yet, which is weird because there's a few sets now that I haven't gotten the way I should.
You got to wait till Sage leads it.
That's coming. Which again, Sage design cards just so that they can cause me to lose. I would potentially do a card reveal for Mountain Bear, even though it's technically a card that's been out there for a while. I don't think anybody's actually given it the attention that we did today. So,
I mean, you
can do
access.
The first.
You have access to my card reveal cards. You could spoil my cards by revealing them first.
Wow,
As revenge.
You know what? I've done a lot of things that I would probably redo in my life, but I don't think I've ever done something quite that horrific.
I think we can riff on an idea that could be better. We can do it. We can figure something out for you.
No, he's onto something. He could do the first card retirement reveal by retiring Bear.
Cards that are
so you can do a card retirement reveal for Bran Bronzebeard because we're all looking forward for Bran to retire from Standard. So there you go. You could do a card reveal on that.
Oh hell yeah!
There you go. We've just come up with video content for you, unfortunately in public. So it won't be as fun as revealing
the last pretend card reveal I did, I actually had my future self tell me I didn't need to do card reveals anymore, and this shouldn't be all about my kids. And then we spend this entire matchup talking about my kids while they sit next to me yelling at me. So,
well, they are treasures. They are absolute national treasures.
Well, that's what we call a meta. That's very meta for them to be yelling at you while you're talking about them, and they're yelling at you for playing the wrong thing. Anyway, we have like another minute before we close the giveaway, so we have not entered that giveaway. It's exclamation point or bang.
Did I get coaching from anybody?
Ticket 1.
I get criticism from everyone. I don't know if I get coaching.
I'll give you.
Here's some advice from me to you: is don't pick Daniel Stormray Sheldon's decks.
Absolutely
this
am
is not
a
your
huge
fault
fan
because it went last
of
pick,
Daniel's.
Right?
I could not be happier with the relationship. I don't want to beat on him too hard. He has a hard life. He lives in Idaho. It's a rough life to begin with.
Like I've just remembered that this is not your fault either because it was the last pick, right? Like I went first, and when it came down to it, I picked Dano's deck over Stormrage's deck.
But
you were left with it.
But it's Stormrage. It's not Stormrage's fault because like Steve had the opportunity to pick cards that you could play on curve rather than extra bears. So we'll never know if it's a good deck or not.
I was
would
watching
you
the
do that?
replay and I saw a
Wait,
sunken
wait,
saber
hold on,
and
hold on,
decided it
hold
was
on.
not picked. And I was like,
Pick a card instead of a bear. You have the chance to pick a bear,
he can't bear to do that.
but you don't. That's more like a ridiculous hat joke. I realize all of his jokes are just puns.
Yeah, well, that's because they're the best jokes. Ridiculous Hat is the most dad of the non-dads out there.
Well, I have kids he can adopt if he wants to.
Well, just a guy. I got good news for you. In order to get a little better at Hearthstone, you just won one of the 2 Just Replay premiums,
Oh, that's exciting. Woo!
and so did Lazy Turtle. So congratulations to our winners there.
Sweet.
JustAGuy probably has access to the actual game server data. He doesn't need just replay data.
I do. The RNG switch that the kids mess with, that's the only thing I don't have access to.
Well, that's a rabbit hole we should probably explore in another day.
No.
I think we've been mean enough to Storm Race this evening.
We love Daniel.
Yes.
And if everybody doesn't
That's
listen,
true, that's true. I wanted to leave a pause there as if to say there's some doubt, but no, we love him very much.
We love him very much. He is a fantastic member of the community.
Not the deck building community, but the community as a whole.
Oh, and
No, I think he did great. He understood the brief, which was to make something that maybe wasn't as competitive.
It wasn't. You're right.
Yeah, but
So
a harpoon gun would have gone a long way.
I did not play it
Maybe 2.
perfectly. I'm sure they will. Just wait. The next episode
helps you take down the whale.
and the next episode of Blizzlet that follow this broadcast are going to be filled with conversation. I didn't do well on the last episode of Squelch. I'm not sure what's going to happen to me on the next one.
I'm not gonna lie, I am looking forward to the next episode of both Squelch and Blizzlet. I mean, I do anyway, but like just specifically to hear what they've got to say about it.
I stay up late just to listen.
Dan, I want to hear about those void touched attendants in the Silence Priest. All right, like not so sure about that inclusion to the deck.
Thanks again to everybody for spending the time building them. Sincerely.
Yes.
And thank you to JustAGuy and blisterGuy for participating and being great sports and having some fun on Twitter.
And to you guys, Dawn, thank you so much for all the work.
Yeah, it was.
I hope you get better people to work with next time. I'd rather spend time with you people than with the finest people on earth.
Hang on a minute. Who are
Appreciate
the finest people on earth? Not us. Apparently, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
You can be Hugh Jackman if you'd like. Well, we have it. We can draft those if you'd like.
Let everybody go to sleep. It's late. So late.
Yeah. Well, thank you both so much for playing and for joining us tonight for the follow-up interview. Appreciate it.
This has been a blast, and we'll see what JustAGuy does it with the editing.
Oh, he's going to edit us out? Oh no.
This is going to be a 3-0 sweep when I'm done. Don't worry about it.
How can it be a 3-0 sweep if you did not win 3 games?
I can repeat your side of the board blowing up. I can go like 11-0 by the time I'm done with this. And it probably takes like 4 minutes for the entire game. Oh, look, turn 1, he died again. Oh.
For everyone who's unaware, by the way, he's been asking for a rematch all week, and I think it's just so he can get footage.
Well, you've heard of the Snyder Cup. Now we're going to see the Steven cut.
Yeah.
Next time. We'll see.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for that. And thank you, everybody who was able to come hang out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, hit that follow button. We'd love to see you back. Come again. Thank you to my mods, Pilot, and Mad at Arms. I appreciate your help tonight. And Dawn, it's always a pleasure to work with you.
Always a pleasure as well for me. And thank you again to both of you for joining. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Do we have any more giveaways, or was that all the giveaways?
I believe we gave away the Ron one, right? Yeah, we gave away everything.
Okay.
We could try giving away JustAGuy's dignity. Oh, sorry, no, it's already gone.
I have stuff here. I could. Next time.
Perfect.
Wait, doesn't that sway belong to your kids? You can't give that away.
If I can reach it, it's mine.
All right, everybody. So JustAGuy is giving away a card reveal in the next expansion.
There you go. Wow, that's something they've never done. The community team needs to jump on this right away.
And I'm sure Alkali is giving away a plane flight with a dog named Rambo.
Oh, God.
No.
Good night, all.
All right. Well, we're gonna sign off tonight, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I'll be back probably tomorrow night, but just be good to each other. And remember, Hearthstone's fun. Have fun, and just we'll see you next fight night.
Have a good night.